Welcome to the Chamber Spotlight, a local talk show podcast brought to you by the Pembroke Chamber of Commerce in association with the local scene. We'll be recording on a regular basis and we'll cover many topics that span local businesses, local elections, local town governance, and a citizens' academy. I'm your host, Fraser Townley, and today is March 23rd, and I'm sitting down with Megan Watts from the Farmers Market. Yes, thank you.
My email address is confusing everyone.
Okay, you said it, not me. And Peter Brown, president of the Chamber of Commerce and president of Tiny & Sons.
That's correct.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So before we get talking, we've got lots to talk about, we're going to cut to the town news where we recorded earlier with Andrea Cesarini, the town clerk. Today is March 23rd, and I'm with Andrea Cesarini at the town hall for the town headlines.
Thank you, Fraser. So for public meetings this week, the Finance Advisory Committee will be meeting Monday, March 23rd. The Planning Board will also be meeting Monday, March 23rd. The Herring Fisheries Committee will be meeting Tuesday, March 24th. The Affordable Housing Committee will be meeting Wednesday, March 25th. The Board of Registrars will be meeting Thursday, March 27th. Meetings need to be scheduled within 48 hours, so check the section of the town website titled Public Meetings for the latest update. A reminder that a majority of these meetings are broadcast on the local scene. Meetings can be rewatched on www.thelocalscene.media/Pembroke/. Some news around town. Road construction season has begun again. The town has contracted K&K Excavation to complete water system upgrades on West Elm Street, from approximately 64 West Elm Street to 423 West Elm Street, including Old West Elm Street and on Dwelly Street, from the West Elm Street intersection to 105 Dwelly Street. Construction hours will be between the hours of 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. and is expected to go until August 2026. Please seek alternative routes. The Town of Pembroke's website has a new look. Now get all the information on town events and meetings on the main page on the website. You can also sign up for email, mobile, and voice alert notifications as well. The Pembroke Public Library will have a delayed opening this Friday, March 27th. The library will open at 12 p.m. that day. Pembroke Recreation Department's registration for the Summer Scene program is now open. Available for kids 5 to 13 years old. To register, please contact 781-293-3249. Email pccinfo@townofpembrokemass.org or visit the Recreation Department's page on the town website for more information. Property tax exemption applications are due Wednesday, April 1st. There are absolutely no exceptions on the submission date, so please contact our assessor's office at 781-293-2393 with any questions. Less than 55% of these 7,137 households have responded to their annual census. Please return your annual census and remind your neighbors that they need to respond to avoid being listed as inactive on the voter registration rolls. This is the last month to register your dog before late fees are applied. Please register your dog by March 31st with the town clerk's office to avoid a late fee. And this is the last week to pull and return nomination papers for the May 16th local election. Nomination papers must be pulled by Wednesday, March 25th by 5 p.m. and returned by Friday, March 27th by 5 p.m. Please contact the clerk's office at 781-293-7211 for more information.
Thanks, Andrea. And just a quick point. So Friday, the 27th is the last day to get the nomination papers back, but you said it's at 5 p.m. What time does the town hall shut?
So town hall normally closes at 12 p.m. on Friday. We are mandated to be open till 5 p.m. that Friday. So the only office that will be available will be the town clerk's office. So don't try and come and pay the collectors for your trash or your water bill or any other business. It's just the town clerk. Okay,
terrific. Thank you very much, Andrea. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you. You too.
Okay, that was the town news. Hope you enjoyed that. Let's start with, I know it's ladies first, but I'm going to go to Peter. Peter, how are you doing?
Good, real good.
Yeah?
Yeah, health is great.
Yeah?
Yep, got a game plan and I'm following it, and the wife is keeping me out of trouble, so it's good.
Is she?
Yeah, absolutely.
How is she doing that, Peter? How is she keeping you out of trouble?
She controls my calendar now.
That's why, Megan, we can't get hold of him.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, yeah.
Yes.
Does she want to come work for the farmer's market?
She found out that I can't retire, so that's good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we can't be in the same house at the same time.
But if you do want to get hold of Peter, contact Mrs. Brown.
Yeah, Mrs. Sylvanus.
Wellness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's all good. I've been doing good.
Very good.
Thank you.
The last time you were on, and you were on last time with Megan,
That's right.
we never actually talked about your business.
I do auto glass.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, that's nice and simple.
it is.
So just tell us a little bit about Autoglass. When you say you do Autoglass.
So we do auto glass repair, replacement, and recalibration.
Uh-huh.
So anything truck or automotive, we do, the glass pieces, any glass piece in the car.
Yeah.
We deal with all the insurance companies, all the third-party systems, and we have a recalibration system in the shop, so we can do everything all at once. We work with a lot of
And that's sorry, Peter, that's becoming more and more
driver
and more,
assist systems,
and more
yeah.
important, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, you'll see the advertising, especially when you're watching a Red Sox game or, that commercial comes up, windshield replace, repair, recalibration. We do the exact same thing as the Red store. So, yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, don't mention their name. No point in advertising them.
Exactly.
Good.
So, yeah.
So do you go out to people?
Yeah,
So you can go out to people or they can come to your shop?
Correct. Yeah, if they don't have the driver assist system, we can do it at their house. If they do, we either have them come to our shop or we have local dealerships that we work with so they can drop it off at their dealership and we do it there and they do the calibration for them.
Yeah. Does that frustrate people? Do they get a bit?
Yeah. In the beginning it did, but now,
They understand?
Yeah, because most of the cars now have some sort of driver assist system in it and they get it, so...
I'm the driver assist in my car.
Yeah. My wife is in my car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So, and business is good?
Business is good. The storm helped us a lot, and all the road construction that's going on in Pembroke is helping us a lot. So, so it's all good.
Good.
Yeah.
And I don't want to dwell on your health.
Yeah.
But you've had a bit of you hit your own road bump.
Yeah.
Recently.
I got a brain tumor, and they've been working with that, and I got diagnosed in the first week of November, and it's changed a lot, but I have a group of people that are helping me run the business. My brother took over a lot of the stuff that I was doing, and that's freed me up to worry about my health.
Yeah, so I actually just wanted to have a shout out because you and I stop in your shop on a regular basis, and I was doing that while you were away. And the team were there holding it together and pulling it, and they deserve a shout out.
Oh, absolutely.
I suspect.
I have two people that have been with me. One has been with me for almost 32 years, and I got another one for 28, and my brother, and the three or four of them have been taking care of the shop and helping me run it while I'm going through this.
Yeah. Well, I was witness to that, and I did feel it was important to give them a shout out because they have done a terrific job. Your whole company does a terrific job, actually, including your advertising. I've got to say, your ads are fantastic. I hear them all the time on WATD.
Yeah. Well, that was my dad. I mean, my dad, he was one of those people that came from here, at heart. So and everything was a story, so... the way he started, it was just by helping people, and people helped him, and he just reciprocated.
Right. So the family business goes back to your father.
Yeah.
Was he the original? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. He started. We started working with him when I was 7 or 8 years old.
Good
so
for
we
you.
had all these junkyards that we used to sell used glass, and the business started logistically in '78. So we've been in business since 1978.
Wow.
And then my brother Eddie and I took it over when he passed away about 15 years ago, and it's been good.
Yeah.
He left me in a spot where I can't mess it up. So, and believe me, I've tried. And as long as I follow what he did and how he got involved in the community and stuff, it's good.
Yeah. Well, your involvement in the community is exemplary. You seem to be everywhere, and it's something to admire. I'm trying to model myself on you, but it's not working.
No, and what's interesting is I get this question asked a lot, and new businesses start, and they ask how to get involved, and the first thing I tell them is go to Dunkin' Donuts, and watch the kids go in there on Sunday, and you'll see they have the youth sports, and they have business names on the back of their shirts, and you ask a parent how they can get involved. Similar to the farmers market or a community center or Pembroke Celebrates, and that helps you build your brand and your business. And a lot of people will spend a lot of money on advertising and all that stuff. And the best brand of businesses that get involved in the community.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be a staple.
I think the other recommendation I would make if you're being a young entrepreneur, and we do, I mean, we give scholarship funds on an annual basis to the graduates or the high school graduates, and we give a little presentation. And I always try to give my advice and bring it in a, what's the word? In a way that people would understand. And so to a high school graduate, I always liken it to, I heard a story from Taylor Hawkins, who was the drummer of the Foo Fighters. So already I've got their attention. And he was being interviewed by the BBC, and the interviewer said to him, so if you're a young musician starting out, what would your advice be? And he said, learn the song. Mm-hmm. Most people start out and they go, okay, I can do this fill, or I can do this. He said, learn the song, and then learn all the parts of your team, your bandmates, because it's only then that you'll be able to work as a cohesive unit. And that's my advice to the young entrepreneurs. Learn the song. What I mean by that is learn everything about the business that you're in, so that you can at least understand when you employ a bookkeeper or a mechanic or whatever, what their job is. You can't tell people what to do. And now we're moving swiftly. This is a segue onto you, Megan. Megan, how are you?
I'm good, yeah.
Excellent.
I haven't had quite the harrowing experience of the last few months that Peter has had, but I'm glad to hear that you're in good health.
I'm very good health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
looking forward to the food market.
Yeah, us too. I know. It'll be here before we know it. So, and Tiny.
It's a farmer's market. You're focused on the food, though.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, we aim to be, a food market, first market, although there's other things too. But
True.
yeah, so, and we're grateful to Tiny and Sons, of course, for continuing to be a sponsor, because I agree with you. I mean, I think that marketing is one thing, but, and speaking of learning the song, I think that we've been learning the song of how to run a farmer's market since we started a few years ago. This will be our third season in business.
You're ad-libbing.
I'm ad-libbing.
You're jazz.
Yeah, right. We're still in the taking lessons from a teacher phase. But no, I mean, I think that we have learned a lot over the past few seasons, and we're trying to apply kind of what we've learned. And we've been looking at, market patterns. When do people come? When do people not come? How do we retain our own people? How do we retain vendors? What is going to be the most interesting for people? So, we're definitely still in that phase. But I completely agree with you, Peter, that like the community involvement is just so important. And I think that's one thing that we are really wanting to, communicate to other people as well, that, to be a sponsor of the farmer's market or to be a vendor at the farmer's market, it's more than just about, because you are obviously marketing your brand. But there is a connection that you can make with people that I think sets you apart from other people when all they can see is kind of like the letters of your business or know vaguely what you do. I mean, I for instance, have had a little tiny crack in my windshield for like a year. And I've been waiting for it to grow so I can go to Peter.
Come on, Peter.
And get my windshield replaced. Because I'm not going to look anywhere else. You know what I mean? It's not a question.
Peter didn't wait for the Christian sandwiches. He just dived straight in.
Right, exactly.
That's sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been dreaming about him. It's like, it's really crazy.
So yeah, I do. I think that there's a lot to be said for the community involvement and things. And so I think one of the things that we're trying to, kind of learn for ourselves is how do we communicate that benefit to other people to make sure that they get involved? Because, there's benefit for us, of course, but there's not financial benefit for the people running the farmers market. We do it for the community. And so I think that we want to communicate that same message to other people, whether they're a vendor, whether they're a sponsor, is, this is good for you, but it's really good for everyone. It's really a win-win. So
yeah. In fact, I should introduce you to one of our podcast guests, Matt Demore from the Big Y. Yeah. I think they may. I'm not going to speak for them, but they may have an interest in having something at the farmers market, because what you've just said is exactly what he said on the podcast about being part of the community.
Yeah.
They'll have just moved in. They have committed to being on our Taste of Pembroke, which is the first event in June, the week before you launch. So they'll have there'll be a big white table. Not quite sure what they're going to have on it, probably the deli department or whatever. But there are certain areas of produce or whatever that would work extremely well with the farmers market, in my opinion. And particularly as one of the things he said to me was, what makes them different to the other supermarkets, we don't have to name their names, but the other supermarket chains that are in competition with Big Y are very global brands that just buy from Pepsi and Coke and stuff like that, which is they're the staples. I get it. But what Big Y do is they say, okay, you're a Pembroke store now. The store manager or the team in Springfield are responsible for making it local. So local vendors, local farmers get their produce promoted and in the store. And that's the differentiator for them. So there's actually quite, the more I'm thinking, this is jazz, people. You could offer quite a bit to them just as much as they could offer to you.
Yeah, absolutely. And
so there's the big picture, Megan. I'm not going to cut you off, but let's start with, how was last year? How did last year end for you?
It ended in a really fun celebration. I mean, the first and the last markets are always like this big celebratory, we're here, okay, now we're leaving, and it's always on the green, and it's just been like a fun event. We're a farmers market first and foremost. Obviously, we exist to help farms, to help small businesses. But, we have started to really enjoy putting on events and realize that people like it. And it's just fun to see everyone out there. So it ended on a really good note. And, the season as a whole, I think, was successful. We had more overall traffic compared to the first season, I would say. However, that being said, the traffic was definitely ebbing and flowing. So what we noticed is that one week it would be well attended, and then the next week it would be a lot slower. So we kind of saw this as the developing pattern of a busy week and then a slower week. And so this season
Were you running them every week, or was it every other week?
We were running them every week. Now we're going to be running them every other week.
Right.
Second and fourth Saturdays, June through September.
Terrific.
Well, those will be on signs.
Okay. Right. Okay. Was there any other indication that you had for that ebbing and flowing? Was there a big game on, or was there other community events?
Not. Some of it was community events. Like the first season, we actually realized that the Plymouth Waterfront Festival is like the second to last, or maybe the last weekend of August.
That's you, isn't it,
That's
Peter?
you, yeah. So we decided we're not going to compete with anything Peter runs.
Fair enough.
I'm not there this year,
right.
so you're good.
Okay, perfect. Not just with customers, but with vendors too, because that's a really big event. So, there was some overlapping with other events. I think summer's a little bit difficult in general because, when I would get feedback from people, it's we love to go, but we're out of town this weekend. So a lot of people in Pembroke travel. A lot of people go to New Hampshire. A lot of people go, the Cape. Exactly. Yeah. So I think it's just a big travel time as well. And we're a small town, so bigger towns or towns that might get a lot of traffic from other towns or maybe have been around for long enough to get a lot of people from other towns to kind of compensate for that. You might not see that ebb and flow as much, but in a smaller town like Pembroke, where we're just getting started, we are probably not pulling in enough people from other towns to kind of compensate for people going on those vacations. That's my guess. But I also could go ahead.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but then we're talking about Big Y. The store that was there before was closed last summer. So that's a lot of draw that you didn't get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
it's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
Right.
So that could be part of it.
Yeah. It could be, for sure. I know it's really hard to know these things because you can't ask the people who aren't there why they're not there.
Yeah, why aren't you here?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No answer. We're not here.
Yeah, right, exactly. But I think there's also a component of if you don't need to go, again, we're a smaller market, so if you can't do like an entire grocery shop there, we're hoping to continue to build it so that you can get at least most of your staple items there. We're actually adding some vendors this season, which I'll talk about in a little bit, that I'm really excited about because it'll add to the variety that we have. But if people aren't out of something, let's say you're not out of jam or you're not out of maple syrup yet, you might not need to go every week. So my suspicion is that might be part of it, that, I'm not out of eggs yet. I'm not out of meat. I bought enough last week to sustain me for 2 weeks, so I don't really need to go on an every week basis. So that could be part of it as well.
So this year you have bigger expectations?
Well, I think we always have bigger expectations. We always want to keep improving, right? Yeah.
Silly question. Take that back. What's going to be different this year to last year?
So again, in terms of the schedule, it's going to be every other week, or again, the second and fourth Saturdays. And again, this will be on our website, on social media, on signs around town, because I know it can get confusing. Like, when is this again? And then we are going to be on the green at least once a month.
Oh, good.
And then if the weather cooperates.
So that's every other.
Yeah, every other market.
That sounds good,
so,
right?
Yeah, exactly. So the first one, and last year we also held a couple other big events in addition to our first and our last markets. We had we launched our Senior Day last year. That was a big hit. Everyone seemed to really like that.
How old do you have to be a senior?
Well, we don't card people, so that's up to the individual vendors who have discounts.
We get a discount, Peter.
I get a discount on
For
on
you
my
guys,
sandwiches.
we'll count you as seniors.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was great. We had the first 50 seniors received a free cup of coffee and a little 3-flower bouquet, and we had some events for grandparents to do with their grandkids. So it was really a fun, special day. So we're going to be doing that again. We had our family day that was mostly geared towards kids. That'll be in July. So those major markets will be on the green. Mm-hmm. And then hopefully, knock on wood, if the weather cooperates, we can potentially have more markets, probably June and September, on the green. But
come on,
it has to be, good circumstances. So it will probably be like a last minute decision if it's, not one of the scenarios where it's going to really hurt the grass and cost a lot of money to repair if we're on there.
Right. So later in the season, you're causing more damage, or is it wetter? What's the argument? The rationale?
Rain, is definitely an issue, but also being really dry and hot is another issue. So it's more like July and August are probably going to be the bigger issues, but June could be rainy, September can be rainy, September can be hot. It's just one of those things where we don't really know, and it's New England, so the weather can do really whatever it feels. It could snow.
It's supposed to snow today.
Who knows?
I know.
Oh God.
Yeah, we'll go out there and there'll be 6
seriously.
So that's great news. So every other weekend, it's going to be on the green.
Yeah, every other market.
Every other market,
yeah.
It's going to be on the green, but that equates to once a month.
Right.
Once a month in the car park. You mentioned new vendors. Is this new vendors or new categories?
Both, kind of.
Okay,
so we have
hear.
a seafood vendor, which I'm really excited about.
Okay.
Galley Girl Fisheries out of somewhere on the Cape. They're a sustainable fishery, and they're going to be there. They've signed up for every market, so we're really happy to have them there. So I think that will nicely round out kind of the...
Are they a farm? Fish farm?
I don't know what fisheries
I heard we had a lot of fish farms off the heath.
As.
Yeah.
It's a staple food item. It's a farm, right? Yeah, it's
sorry,
water farm.
What I meant by that is I learned recently that we have a lot of fisheries, a lot of fish farms in the Cape, in the Bay Area, and they're regulated and protected and stuff like that. So, but we also have a lot of wild caught. Mm-hmm. So a lot of the swordfish and the tuna, that's wild caught before,
right?
So that's why I was asking if it's a farm, because if it's a farm, it'll be...
Yeah, like farmed salmon and
farmed salmon or farmed oysters or whatever. Do you know what they're going to be selling?
From what I have read and understood about them is because they're a sustainable fishery, my understanding of them is that they are catching everything daily. I think it's wild caught. I don't get the sense that they are farming. They might farm some things in the kind of traditional sense. But my understanding of them is that it's mostly wild caught. But
it'll be catch of the day.
Right. Right. Exactly.
Sort of.
And it sounds like they base it off of what is abundant enough that day to be caught reasonably.
Fantastic.
So but beyond that, like oysters, I know are pretty much farmed. So I don't know if they also offer that as well, or if they have any.
I guess we're going to find out.
We're going to find out. Yeah.
But it's exciting. So fresh fish.
Fresh fish. Yeah,
Nice.
I know.
So that's a new category and a new vendor?
Yes,
Okay.
both, yeah. And then, we have a lot of returning vendors. So Oakdale Farms will be there for produce. One of our farms, they are also a farm, but they were actually there last season as predominantly selling soap and lotion. That's Roseberry Farm.
Yes.
But they actually contacted us this season saying that they are going to start offering produce as well. And people really like them because they have this tallow-based lotion and soap and things like that. But they're also going to be selling some produce this year, so that's really exciting.
So it was interesting. That's where Big Y focused. It seemed that the non-perishable, non-foods type local vendors were the ones that were. They said, I don't know if it's true, but I got the impression they're the ones they work with or they prefer. No, I'm not going to even say that. It was just he kept mentioning soaps and lotions and stuff like that. So I get the sense that if you're just growing carrots, it's going to be difficult to get you into one store or whatever. Actually, I'm going to stop now. I have no clue.
Well, either way, Matt should contact us because we can get him in touch with vendors.
I think it's going to be the other way around. I think you have to contact them.
I have to contact
them. So there's
okay.
FLDC on their website, which is the Free and Local Distribution Center.
Okay.
So that's how you get on. But you need to have the basics. You need to have a license if you need a license, and you need to have UPC codes for all of your products, so it can scan.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay.
So that was really the only main requirements.
Okay, maybe we'll have him come in and give a talk to our vendors. Be like, listen to Matt.
He won't because he's in charge of the stores themselves. So he's like the estates department.
Okay, gotcha.
But it's very tight-knit family.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
It's his brother's the CEO. It was his grandfather that was the founder. Yeah. His sister does something. And they're all involved.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's exactly like Tiny and Sons. I mean, I'll reach out and I'll make the introduction and then
Thank you.
see how it goes.
Perfect. Yeah.
Good. So that's one new vendor. You have more than one new vendor.
Oh my God. Probably. We have a lot of, let's see, I'm trying to run through my head. We're in the middle of kind of doing all of our contracts right now. We have this really exciting baker who's going to be joining us. I think, what is it? Queen of Tarts. And she has this, I don't know if anyone has ever been to the Cohasset Farmers Market. They used to have Mrs. Meckler's Mercantile. Do you know of them? And she had this little like cart, like a sweets cart, and you'd go in and it was cute and you had like all these like sweets on the shelf. And apparently this bakery, Queen of Tarts, is trying to do kind of something similar, it looks like. So she's got this cute little concept for a cart. So hopefully that will be up and ready to go for the farmer's market. And she obviously sells tarts. I feel like that might be self-explanatory. And then we have another baker, Lindsay's Local, who does, I'm hoping I'm keeping everyone straight. People can write in the comments on the podcast if I'm getting this all mixed up. But,
don't blame us.
Right,
blame
exactly.
Megan.
But she does, I know she's going to be bringing some microgreens, and I believe she offers kind of more like healthier baked goods that are, better for you and probably not having all the traditional, butter and sugar and things like that. So, we've got a bunch of new vendors. And then, like I said, we have a bunch of returning vendors as well. Christina's, obviously, Peter's very excited about them and their paninis and their ice cream. They've been great to have at the market. Farmhouse Meat and Cheese, Diaz and Daughters for meat, Wright's Family Coop with sourdough bread will be there for pretty much.
They were there last year, weren't they?
Yeah, they were, but they're doing more markets this year.
Stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And they always sell out, so you really have to kind of get there early and make sure you get something. But So
would you say, on average, you have more vendors this year than last year?
I would say it's probably pretty close, but, because sometimes we lose people as well. One of my saddest one was when we lost Bay State Mushroom Company because good for Luke, but he got a very big contract with someone and he had to provide all of his product to that person, so he could no longer do the market. So sometimes when businesses grow, they don't have time for farmers markets anymore, which is always like, we're happy for you, but sad for us kind of thing.
Yeah.
So, there is kind of, a coming and going of certain vendors, but for the most part, we do have a lot of returning vendors, some new. So I would say we probably have maybe more than last year and the year before that.
Cool.
I would say overall, definitely since when we
So
first
how do you
started.
go about getting these new vendors? Are you out knocking on doors? You're not sitting back waiting for people to ask, are you?
No. I think it's word of mouth. It's meeting people. It's developing relationships with people. I think when you're a new market, people want to take a wait and see approach to see how you do, and if people are going to actually show up, which is fair enough. I mean, and once they realize that people will come to you, then they're more willing to go. So I think the biggest way we attract is to stay present on social media.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily reaching out to I mean, we do that, especially if we're missing a big category. We'll reach out to people specifically saying, we need a egg vendor or a mushroom vendor or a whatever it might be vendor. But I do think that a lot of it is just having a consistent presence on social media, because vendors are always looking around for other farmers markets and seeing if other people are responding to them. Our first and our last markets are very well attended, and so people really want to be at those. And I think that once they're at them, they see, okay, people are coming, and so we can trust that we can actually come here and things like that. So I do think that being on social media is a big component of people coming to us. And then we absolutely reach out as we need to try to get new people or just fill gaps if we need to.
Yeah.
Yeah. But being connected, networking is a big thing.
And you're not doing it on your own.
Oh, God, no.
I mean, let's shout out to your team, because I know Katie in particular.
Yeah.
She's the one that communicates with me.
She is.
And she's busy.
She is very busy.
And
she's got more energy than any person I've ever met.
She'll write you on a Friday evening and say, can you give me this? And on the Monday morning, and this is not what's happened, but she's the kind of person that, did you see that email?
Right.
Okay. No, and I admire that, actually.
Yeah,
I like her
tenacity.
I was going to call it industriousness, but yes, we'll call it tenacity as well. Yeah. So
she has a mindset of something that's happening.
So that's Katie. Is there anybody else in the team you want to shout out?
Oh, yeah. So there's 8 of us right now, which is
8. Yeah,
which is very nice, because at one point it was 4, and that was feeling a little
there's a strain there.
Yeah. So Katie, she's also, this is our board. So we have this weird little business that we run where we're like the board, but we're also everything to the company. We're almost like a family-run business, except none of us are related.
We've got a song about that, Peter, haven't we?
What's the song?
I don't remember.
You're not going to sing?
The Chamber of Commerce is a little bit like that as well.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
So Katie, and then Tisha is our vice president, but she's the most organized person I've ever met in my entire. Thank God for her, because she keeps everything organized. She always has a spreadsheet for everything. She's always updating it, has everything right where we need. So if it were not for her, I would never know who's going to be in the market. I would have no idea. So she's really been such an asset. She's been there since the beginning. Lauren Cushing has been a vendor and on the board, and market manager. So she wears a lot of hats as well. And her perspective as a vendor, as a small farm, has really helped us to kind of understand what vendors really are having to go through to get to a market. It is really a lot. And she's really advocated for the vendors. And she
does a lot for the town, actually, Lauren.
She does.
She's on the Board of Health as well, I think.
She is on the Board of Health. Yeah.
There's one other committee, I'm sure. CPC or something like that.
She's very involved in the Historical Society.
That's it. Exactly right.
Yeah. The problem with businesses like these is it attracts people who like to be involved. So everyone's very busy all the time. So she's been there since the beginning. We have an amazing marketing director, Rebecca Tate. She actually moved here from California a couple years ago, and she's obviously in marketing, and she was looking to get involved, and she's been a huge asset. and she takes care of a lot of the social media, but also our newsletter, which is a big haul, and website updates, and just all those things that it's the tedious stuff, but it needs to get done. And it's really important to kind of make sure that you're in front of people and staying connected. So she's been wonderful. Let's see. We have some and Janine she started off as a volunteer and is now a director. And she's I would laugh because she's like, I call her a director of like volunteers in parking, because you'll see her on market day. She's got like her orange vest and her she's like directing people and like telling the cars where. But that's like she's just like perfect for like emergency management, crisis. Like she's just that person who like if there's like an emergency, like you want her there because she'll be like, this is what you have to do. This is where we have to go. Think about this. Like she's just very on top of it. So she's been like a huge, and she's so like enthusiastic about everything. So she's been wonderful. Some of our newer board members, Leah Ciano has come on as a director. She started off as a volunteer. She's a wonderful person. She's a therapist by trade, and she brings a calm presence to everything and very rational. And then Linda Lowe, who is from BFF Kitchen, one of our vendors, and she joined the board recently as kind of a vendor representative, so she's been like hugely helpful because she has attended so many farmers markets. So she's able to really give us insight about this place does it this way and this is why and here's what I've seen work and not work. So it's been really great. It's a good mix of people.
Good.
Yeah. I hope I'm not forgetting anyone. I feel like I'm always missing one.
You haven't mentioned finance at all?
Well, yeah. So thank God Linda is also an accountant.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So that has been really helpful because last year accounting fell, or not accounting, God no, but the treasurer role fell to me, and that is not my forte. So we have a bookkeeper.
Good.
He's not officially part of our team, but Sean McGrath, if you're listening, you are worth every penny because he's yeah.
So a clear shout out to everybody in the team.
Yes.
We're actually over time.
Oh dear, sorry.
But I never end. Chris won't let me end until you've had an opportunity. Was there anything, Peter, you wanted to get off your chest, talk about, bring up?
Just if you're a business, this is a perfect opportunity for sponsorship. So
yeah,
it gets you in front of the community, especially if you're a customer service oriented business. This is you get all the cross of life walking through your farmer's market and
on a regular basis.
On a regular basis, exactly. So it's well worth it.
Yeah, Megan.
Come. I think I'm going to say the same thing I said last year. Come to the market.
We'll check the recording.
Support local businesses. Support local farms. It's truly so important. And I just want to thank our sponsors so much from the bottom of my heart because truly, without you, I mean, we would not be able to do this. And yes, of course, there's a benefit to sponsorship, but the amount of joy they bring to the community through their just, generosity is truly just something we're so grateful for. And we're really happy to have our old relationships back, and, Peter among them, and some new sponsors as well. So thank you to all of you. And we're looking forward to the market season.
Terrific. So that is about, we're all time. My first language is English.
You should go from the beginning.
So that's all we've got time for today. I want to thank my guests, Megan Watt and Megan Watts.
So close.
Apologize. I'm going to start again. I'd like to thank our guests, Megan Watts and Peter Brown. But I also want to thank the listeners for tuning in. This podcast will be available on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube with additional links on our Facebook page. Don't forget to like us on Facebook on the Pembroke Chamber of Commerce. And if you're interested in becoming a member of the Chamber, please go to the Pembroke Chamber of Commerce website, pembrokechamber.org. We have some pretty quick links that have just appeared on that website. If you want to be a vendor for the Taste of Pembroke, there's a quick link for that. And if you want to submit any questions for our candidates forum, there's also a quick link for submitting anonymous questions on there. And we've had quite a few already that are very interesting. We'll take it offline, though. So thank you again to Megan and Peter.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great job, Fraser.
Thank you.